So you're into trucking now. Are you going to do flatbed, dry van, reefer, or are you going to pull a tank? In this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each part of those, and I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. So stick around to the end, and if you enjoy this and find it helpful, hit the like button for me. And if you have not subscribed, hit that button. It helps out a lot, and it's free, and you can always unsubscribe later. So let's get right to it. So let's start out with dry van reefer. All right, most people, when they're new to trucking, this is what they're going to get into to get their experience. Most of the trucks you see on the road at truck stops, they're going to be vans, boxes, dry van or reefer. And I'm putting those two together because yes, they're different, but they kind of fall into the same category in my opinion. Okay, so dry van, 53 footers or shorter trailers, what are the pros of that? You can get your experience. The pros of it, a lot of it is no touch freight, so you're just going to be driving, getting miles, and depending on what your rate per mile is, you can make some good money in this intersect of trucking. So it's pretty cut and dry. You pick up a load at a terminal or receiver, and you drive it to the next terminal or receiver, and you either do what's called a live unload, or you do what's called a drop and hook. Now, a live unload, you're waiting on the warehouse, you're backing up to a dock, and they're unloading your trailer, and this can be time consuming. It can take anywhere up to 3 to 4 hours or longer. Sometimes you might have to wait to get unloaded, wait for a dock door to open, stuff like that. It's pretty easy stuff, depending on if you're local or over the road. If you're local, you're gonna have to get in some tight spaces. You'll get real good at maneuvering the truck and trailer. And if you're over the road, you're gonna be clocking miles. You're gonna be doing a lot of driving. You're gonna get to see a lot of different places, and you're gonna get some good experience under your belt. Okay. The cons, like I said, you might have to wait. You might have a lot of downtime, which can be good for some, but not so good for others, for the guys who want to work and go home and stuff like that. Yeah, so another con of dry van, it can get boring and redundant. You could be doing the same thing day in, day out. If you're dedicated, you could be going to the same exact receiver in the same city every single day or night. So yeah, it can get kind of boring sometimes, but yeah, it's all up to you. Now let's talk about flatbed driving. Shout out to all my skateboarders out there on the road. I've never done flatbed before, but I have a pretty good idea of what it entails. So flatbed, that's the flat trailers that you see with cargo that is secured by chains or straps. Now, flatbed driving is typically very physical. Sometimes when it's inclement weather, you have to do what's called tarping, and a lot of guys don't like that. The tarps can weigh up to 150 pounds, and it's going to be time consuming putting that tarp over the load. You have to secure your own loads. You might not have to do the unloading, depending on what you're hauling, but you're going to have to be responsible for securing your own cargo, and those chains can be heavy. Now, flatbedders typically get a better rate per mile because of what the job entails, but you're going to be working for that money. Now, if you don't mind physical work, flatbedding might be for you. Some people like getting out of the truck and working. They might not like driving as much, but you can get great miles pay with flatbed, and you can get awesome experience. Some people start out as flatbed driving for the first trucking job. Now, the pros to that is you're getting a physical workout, you're getting higher miles pay, and you might not be driving as far too. I think with a lot of flatbed jobs that are like regional and stuff, you're going to be going probably to the same places, and you'll probably get to load some cool stuff, maybe heavy equipment or anything or something like that. Those guys get paid bank. Yeah, so yeah, that's flatbed. Now let's get to the last type of truck driving job, and that is tanker driving. Now that's what I do right now. I'm a tanker driver, haul hazmat. I drive a chemical tanker. It's a smooth bore tanker, which, as you know, the smooth bore has no baffles, so that liquid can surge. And once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. I've seen a lot of videos online talking about the surge, and in my opinion, they blow it out of proportion. I saw this one guy's video saying he has back issues from it. I don't know what kind of chemical he was driving, but like the first time I drove the tank with the chemical, well, you know, it feels like a truck hits you in the back sometimes when you're not used to it. But as you get smooth on the brakes and throttle, or yeah, the gas, it's really not that bad. Some stuff can be thicker than other stuff, and that's where you can get the bad surge. But a lot of our stuff is like almost fully loaded. Okay, the pros to tanking. There are so many. It's not backbreaking. It's not physically demanding. You're typically just taking hoses and connecting hoses to fittings and unloading the tank. A lot of the times when you are waiting at a receiver, you're getting detention pay, and it can start right away, and it doesn't take, you don't have to be on duty for 2 or 3 hours to start getting detention pay. You're going to need your hazmat and your tanker endorsement, of course, for most jobs. A lot of the tanking jobs are home daily, such as fuel hauling, so you're going to get good home time with tanking jobs. And yeah, it's always something different. You know, you get to learn about different chemicals and everything like that. It's pretty interesting going to the chemical plants. And most of the receivers are generally pretty positive. Not not so, you know, a lot of these receivers that I used to go to when I was hauling for the regional company, they're not very happy to see you, and it's kind of unpleasant. So I haven't gotten too much of that in tank driving jobs. They're typically pretty professional, which is cool. And you're unloading your own tank, and the liquid stuff, it can only take it might take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. You're not unloading for 4 hours on a dock. So that's why tanking is pretty cool. I like it. And the cons to tanking, I guess, you know, some of the chemicals can be pretty dangerous, and if you do have a spill, it's probably gonna get your ass canned, because you only really get one mistake in tanking. It'll teach you how to become a better driver, because you can't ride people's asses, because this surge, it can throw the truck around and stuff. You can have a higher rollover probability, because when the liquid goes to one side or the other, there's nothing that's going to stop it. So yeah, that is the 3 main categories of trucking that you should look into. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if I did miss anything, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you prefer, what you do, or yeah, what you think. If you're new, let me know what you're thinking about doing. Appreciate everyone watching. Stay safe, take it easy.